So you guys will find this. I'm not done with my story yet. And what'll typically happen, and I apologize because this stuff happens, when I get a phone call, it shuts down my Periscope. Okay, I can do nothing about that. So when it's my wife, I have to answer the phone call. Thus, I cannot finish the conversation that I was having. So I did not ignore you. I'm not leaving you guys on a limb. Blah, blah, blah. I had my wife call in. So I had to answer the phone call for the wife. Now I got to go before this van goes. So, where was I? I was in Walmart, right? That's where I was at. I was at Walmart. I said I was going to walk back to the clearance aisle. So you guys got the whole story about everything I walked around, right? You guys were there for that? I'm not making this shit up in my head. You guys will think about this, and there'll be a day that, sorry, we're gonna sidetrack for 1 minute before we go back to the story. There'll be a day where you go, wow, FBA Master really changed. They went from providing good content to great content. I hope that you look back and say today was that day. Okay? Don't know if it will or not, but I hope that this is the start of some really great effing content that is going to rock your socks off. So we're just gonna tear that whole politically correct, not wanting to talk about stuff and throw it out the window, and we're just gonna give it to you. So, back to Walmart. So I had gone through and I got the electronics section covered. I was talking about those cameras, and then I decided, okay, go back to that clearance aisle, look top to bottom, see what I missed, because there's always something you miss. No matter how many times you go through an aisle and you look at it, you will always miss something. So I went back through and something caught my eye. I'm like, oh, these deodorants, I've never seen these before. So I scanned them, and they actually ended up being pretty good. 50,000 rank in beauty, about a 80% return. So it was great, it was perfect. So that ended up making my total about $180, $140 projected profit, and average rank was about 67,000. So, and then I talked to Michelle after this, and I said, okay, here's what we need to do. We're gonna get your box prepped and ready to go. We're gonna send it out. We're gonna go out there and look for things. Or no, I'm gonna go out there, and she goes, this is some stuff I've never seen before. I would have never thought of scanning that. Thank you for opening my eyes up to this. So what I want you to do, the guy who was just at Walmart, or girl, whoever you were that was at Walmart, go into the home improvement section, okay? I find that this is one of my sweet spots at my Walmart. It may not be at yours, but at mine it is. Go there. Go in the back. They usually have like a clearance rack area. You'll see a lot of tools that are kind of on clearance. You'll see some random shit, some light bulbs. Light bulbs are good. Always check light bulbs. But that kind of stuff. I've also noticed a big clearance going on right now in the sporting goods section. This is in-aisle clearance. It looks like they're removing a bunch of stuff. I've seen a bunch of knives. Not that I want to sell knives, but I've seen a bunch of knives at very good prices. So, go there, check that stuff out, make some money. Report back what you find. Find a friend in the group, share it with them. Okay? So, now what am I going to do with these boxes? I have had, let's see here, out of my light bulbs that have been returned, 2 out of the about 100 I've sent in. That's what I've had on those. You guys may have something different. I've actually had to send some back to myself because there was a listing error on it. It went in as refurbished. I don't know how you have a refurbished light bulb, but the light bulbs, I've had 2 returns, 2 customer damage returns. I actually got them back. They were fine. So I haven't had any breakages. You just bubble wrap them, throw them against the wall. If they don't break, send them in. Now, I will tell you that I did have one mistake. I did drop one in my garage as I was packing things up. That was not pretty. They were kind of vacuum. But yeah, so that's what I will tell you on that. I always look at light bulbs. Look at the little spirally ones and the LEDs. Those are the high quality ones there. Go that way. Brinks also has some good light bulbs out. If you can get them for $2.50 or so, they're great. So now, what am I going to do when I go home? Actually, I'm going to go drink, I assume. Hopefully my belly can handle that. Whatever. But I've got to pack this stuff up. Looking at it, I'm going to try to get it in one box. Don't think that's going to work. I think I'm going to be just a little too big for one box. Maybe I can squeeze it all in there. I'm going to put all the crap in one box. I'm going to ship it off. She's going to pay me, or not pay me for the shipping. She's going to buy the shipping, send that to me. I'm going to print it off, send it out to the UPS guy, and kapow! We are done. So, what are we going to do from this? Here's what I want you guys to always keep an eye out for, okay? Always keep an eye out for, if I'm on a Facebook group and I'm doing some kind of fun giveaways, don't think I'm just blowing you a line of shit, okay? Here's the deal. I like to do things to prove points. People tell me all the time that I don't have the time, I don't do anything. Well, guess what? I went on a lunch break. I went out and I sourced. Granted, it wasn't for me. I'm telling you guys how I found it, where I went, what I did, just not giving you the items. But guess what? This can happen at any store, anytime. Now, let me rewind just a second here, okay? And I'm going to give you guys something that not anybody else is going to hear me say, because I'm just tired of this crap. And we're going to do a slight rant on this. Not a big rant, slight. So, have you guys seen the Big Lots list that went around the group that my dad and Travis put together? They put this list together of items that you can sell or buy from a Big Lots. Some of you may have bought it, some of you may have been a part of it, some of you may have never seen this. If you want this list, let me know, but I'm going to tell you how the real people made money on it. Okay, you got it? Let me tell you how they make money on this list. So, here's the deal. If you bought any of those items on that list, you should probably either send them in very quickly or hold them for a little bit. Here's a few reasons why. Number one, Big Lots is a closeout store. I am not a good shopper at Big Lots. I don't take the time to scan everything. I know this is a weakness of mine. But here's the deal. You can go and buy that stuff, and yes, the price may take a little bit, but it has been discontinued, okay? No one else is producing that anymore. You cannot buy it in any other store. If someone wants to buy this item, they're going to have to go to a tertiary market, such as Amazon. So you can hold these a little bit, and when the other people sell out because they have a limited quantity, you're going to be able to actually make money off of those. But that's common sense, isn't it? So here's where the real money's at. Now you have a list of people. Right? You have a list of items. And you know that some very intelligent people went out and bought these items. So what should you go do? Well, now that you have 27 list of leads there, now you can go to those 27 items, or however many items, so 50, however many there were in the list. You can start looking in people's stores. Not to take their items, because you're not going to know, hey, this is from Big Lots, hey, this is from that. But you're going to be able to figure it out pretty quickly, and here's how you're going to do it. Now, you use OA X-ray, right? Some of you have gone, well, yeah, okay. Well, now we have a few things going through our heads. Number one, we know that people that have these products have most likely, not all of them, but most likely have purchased them from Big Lots, okay? So knowing that, we can go into their store. What can you do when you're in their store? Well, you could typically go, oh, well, I've seen that at Big Lots. Yeah, you're going to have this humongous list. Why mess with that? That's stupid. What you should do is you should run their products through OA X-ray, and what you're looking for is losses. Yeah, I'm not trying to stump you there. I'm really talking about this for a second. You're looking for losses. Why? The losses mean they found them at a different source, and now you have a list you can go and source at Big Lots, where you can at least look for them. Not to say those items are going to be the best price there, but if they're not sold in any other stores, we're playing how Big Lots operates here, okay? They take closeout items and they sell them. So you do that, you're able to figure out which ones have no stores available. They're going to be red, or one store is really high, probably eBay. You can take out eBay there. But all of a sudden, now you have this master plan of how to get to more items. And you know what? I don't feel so bad at telling you this one, because these people, it's an exclusive market, okay? Only so many closeouts will be sold. This product has a limited life cycle. So if you can find it and take the stock out of yours and clear out an area around that, well, damn, you just made some money. all for a $37 list that a lot of people bitched about, saying, oh, these products are going to tank. People that bitch about that stuff don't see the bigger picture. Okay? You've got to take all the facts in. I'm not saying to go buy the list, but if you do, buy it from me. I get a commission off of it. Since my dad always gives back. But when you look at something, never take it for what it's worth. Okay? Never take it as this is the only thing I can get from this. Take it and go one step farther, because no one takes the extra effort. People stop at the face value and don't go to that next bit. So if you go to the next bit, you're going to find there's a plethora of different items out there that can be sourced and found for profit. The Big Lots is just one example. If you're at Big Lots, check their freaking clearance aisle. Check for some chapstick. I'll tell you right now, the chapstick is great. I buy a lot of I bought 5 things of chapstick, not a lot, but all they had of Hershey's, Kellogg's, and what's the other one I bought? Oh, Pepsi. I bought those chapsticks there. They were $2.50. I sold them all for $15 plus. That item wasn't on a list. You know why I was there? Because my dad drug my ass in there when we were in Florida and said, oh, I can make money. And he did. He found a lot of items that were great. I just looked in an aisle that wasn't his typically. Now, you want even something even better. This is something that my dad does with a few of his groups, and I'll give you guys a little bit of insight into it. He finds 3 or 4 people that are Big Lots lovers, and they plan a time that they're going to go out and source, but not together, separate. And what they do is they are going out and they're just scanning everything. But guess what? They're sharing all the finds because they know it's closeout territory here, okay? They're not going to cross over and take each other's finds because guess what? You can't. I'm not going to run down your listing. I know you're going to sell it. We have kind of that unspoken agreement, don't crash the damn price, you moron. But he'll do that and they'll share bolos back and forth and they'll just find different items. And they make bank on doing this stuff. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. So just something to think about, keep in the back of your head. Talk to my dad. I don't do that stuff because I don't shop at Big Lots a lot. But my papa, Jason Wilkie, would be your best one to look at for that information. So now that my rant is done, you see why sometimes a list at face value is never what it actually is. For instance, you guys want to know another trick you can do? Want some fun here? If you guys really want to start this Zen arbitrage, okay? You guys know what that is? It's where it's a Peter Valley guy that was a douche to me, but I kind of like him, but I kind of don't, with this whole thing. I tried out a software, the Zen Arbitrage software. It allows you to do some book searches, okay? You're trying to find items that are books that are low, priced low via merchant fulfilled, and you can sell them high via FBA, okay? So, here's the brilliant idea. We got in kind of an argument. When I started FBA Master, I didn't know that he had FBA Mastery. He thought I was trying to, like, poach his readers. Didn't really. I had no idea it even existed. I actually, towards the start of everything, offered to sell him FBA Master at cost, so he could have that, so he could put it into his thing. Said no way, and I just went on with my business. Not a bad guy besides that, but just what you have. That's just, I had a bad experience with that whole thing. But, so you get this Zen Arbitrage. Now think about this. Now, why in the world would I want to pay $79.95 a month for this thing? I don't. I want to pay for it once. Why? Because I can get everything I need with one subscription for that bit for a good period of time. How, you may ask? Well, I don't care about the books. What? Well, I do, but I care more about the sellers of the books. Here's what I'm thinking. Here's what I've done, and actually have these searches saved. You do your Zen Arbitrage. You set up your little filters, and you follow their little things and all that. And then what you do is you go to there and you find the sellers who are doing that. Why? Because that's where the power is. Because then you don't even have to look that hard. You can just focus in on one seller, look through their collection, and you know that they have a business model that is penny books. or a little bit more 2-cent books. Their business model is going to let you in that. You take advantage of that. They have bought these books from Big Lots, or not Big Lots the store, but in Big Lots, big clearances. They probably got these pennies. They're making their money off of the shipping that goes along with this. So why spend all of that time looking for the same things over and over again when you can find the seller who makes money like that? Then all of a sudden you have an open catalog, and all you got to do is go through their listings and find what other books fit your criteria. You pay for it once, get a list of 12 sellers, 10, 15 sellers, whatever you want to do. Then all of a sudden you have a playbook. You know where to go back to every single time. It's just something to think about. Throw it out there. Love it, hate it, whatever. But those are my rants for today. Like I said, I hope this shows there's a little shift in the type of content that we're going to be doing. I'm not going to be sugarcoating it anymore. I'm not going to be kind of lollygagging around. I'm going to give you what you need, the ways to think, give you a little bit of my rough side. I'm going to start doing that, so please note today is the day it starts. If I start getting soft on you, punch me in the gut and go, but I'm going to be a little bit more me. I'm going to be let out a little venting here and there, but I'm going to make you guys think. That's what you have to do. I've got to get you to start thinking. You just listen, you're not doing anything. I've just given you like 3 ideas today. If you can't go find a way to make money on those, or put them in some other format, or twist it around, turn it upside down, add it to something or whatever, it's useless. Just whatever. So I'm out of here, y'all. Peace. Make sure to join us on Facebook, FBA Master. Check out the blog, The 4 Shits of Amazon. We got some great content there. If you can't get a few ideas from that, your mind can be blown. It has a lot of great content that's hidden back there. I may pick you next time, but remember, we're not in the game for free handouts. I know I told you guys to get off your ass this morning and go do something, but I still wanted to show it could be done. Okay? Like I gave the guy who made the joke about bolos this morning because he knew he was joking, I gave him some stuff. So, I mean, have a little fun. I'm a smart ass. What happened? Did you get some good stuff today? Good. Sometimes Facebook is the devil. Sometimes it's not. But good job. Now, keep it going, and watch the potholes. And I will see you guys all later. Peace out.